Hi there, it's Kevin with Gone Rogue Games, here with a product opening. This is something we can do for international patrons. So Ryan is an international patron, and one of the kind of antiquated, in my opinion, rules for Wizards Play Network is we can't send anything outside of our what's considered our region. And for us, the region being in the United States is the United States. So I can't ship things to Canada if it's sealed. Of course, I can ship sealed accessories to Canada, no problem. But anyway, we're going to open up the things that Ryan has ordered. I think he makes a pretty good video. We don't do a lot of box openings here. We're going to get back to this, and this will be one of the last videos on our old setup. So we have ordered the new microphone, we have ordered the new camera, and we have ordered the lighting kit. So you can see some pretty bad glare in here, and this camera has done a wonderful job for the years we've had it, but it's time to do an upgrade, and I am very, very thankful for all our patrons for helping us get to the next level. So I'm going to be focusing on this channel quite a bit. Don't worry, the brews on Rogue Deck Builder are not going away. The market financial channel for the Rogue Market is also not going away. I'm actually going to be putting a lot more time into both of those channels now that I'm starting to get everything settled. And we'll do a lot more stuff on the Gone Rogue Games channel. I have all of these products that I'm going to be reviewing for what these cheap budget deck boxes that are available, as well as doing board game reviews on this channel. So again, appreciate everyone for sticking with me throughout the year, and I'm hoping that this channel is just like a good source of reviews for products that you can order. That's going to be mainly the focal point of what other people are ordering, and maybe other people will get some entertainment value out of this. So first of all, this is the Boulder. The Boulder from Ultimate Guard. I'll probably be doing a more in-depth review about it. Ryan has ordered one of these to just kind of hold all the contents that is going to be opened from this product opening. And the save on shipping is get rid of the commons. That's another thing I can do for you if you don't want, like if you want a booster box and don't want to pay shipping. It ends up being the difference between like $5 on a booster box. So if I ship just a regular sealed booster box, you can put it in a flat rate envelope that's around $8 a pop. And then, oh geez, my light's gonna fall on me. We moved it so it didn't glare. It just came off. Anyway, that scared me. The difference though is if you just want the rares and uncommons, a lot of times there's rares or cards that are worth money. It goes down from $8 to about $3 is what you can get away with shipping, just the rares. So I don't mind doing it. Make some nice product to open up stuff and show people. So this is what Ryan's doing. Of course, shipping to Canada is just crazy with the fees that whatever Canada charges USPS to ship over the border. So it saves a ton to break down the product anyways and get there. So this is the Ultimate Guard. This is my favorite color from Ultimate Guard. This is just I think they call this malachite, I think, but we just call it blue. I like these Ultimate Guards. They can be a little bit tricky to open sometimes. I know that Zach, every time he opens it, cards go everywhere because he's always struggling, and then he goes, ugh, and then the cards go crazy. But these boxes are very, very secure, and that you're not going to have your cards crushed. So a lot of people prefer these boulders. I believe Tulare Community College rated these as the #1 like cheap deck boxes, kind of just the simplistic deck box. So it just fits in with some clasps here, and it holds the cards, and you just kind of give it a little bit of a not a twist, but whatever the terminology is for when you kind of angle and pull. So I do love these boulders. The cost of these 10, I think the MSRP on them is like 11 or 12, and I can get them for 6. So pretty good deal on these Ultimate Guard boulders. Very, very good for, I'm with Tulare Community College here on this one. I actually think that this is one of the better of the kind of cheaper deck boxes. And then when you go up in value from this, you're starting to look at like the deck balls from BCW or from our Deck Protection has some good ones too. But those prices start to really increase from this kind of cheap, $6 box you can get from Ultimate Guard. All right, so there you have it for that. Let's start with what Ryan ordered, is some pre-release packs. We can still get these for about $17. These are starting to run out. If you do want Atheros Beyond Death pre-release packs, do not wait. These or Collector's Edition, they're really starting to run low. So let's just go ahead and see what we got from the Atheros Beyond Death. And maybe I should get like an actual razor to open this. Love how we are so prepared here over at Gone Rogue Games. Oh boy, we are struggling today. Usually these aren't even that hard to open without any sort of... This one is really secure. That means it's going to have a foil Euro in it. So pre-release packs are great. These are something that the pre-release just wasn't attended very well, I think, nationally. And so they've had a bunch of these left over. Been able to order more of these than I think any set I've ever been able to do for pre-release packs. And they're still available. Usually by this time they're gone. Got the red dice. You get a dice out of the pack. And we are having a Perforasis Intervention. So that one's kind of a terrible card. Again, apologize for the autofocusing and the lighting and stuff. This, like I said, is the last time that you are going to see a low quality video before we get the new camera. Maybe there'll be one more, who knows. All right, so let's start off with the Atheros Packs, and we'll kind of go through this quickly. Here for the, so don't want the commons out of this set. We got the Gray Merchant of Asphodel, Mirror Shield, Enemy of the Enlightenment, and the first rare is Annihilate's Intervention. This card I think is going to age well. Commander players definitely do want it, as it's a way to go get any lands. So the key card on Annihilate's Intervention is search your library for up to X lands, reveal them, put in your hand, and then shuffle your library. Green-black decks love this because it goes and gets Cabal Coffers, and what's the other one? Now I can't think of it. Urborg to Miagmoth. Combo, and it's another very efficient way. If you have to use it to kill flying creatures, well, that's fine as well. And we got the Mountain. So those ones are being shipped. We'll send all the value, and then we'll get on to the next pack. So let's go on to the commons. We have the Bronze-Hide Lion and a Swamp, kind of a weak card. This is one of the more bulky cards out of the set. It does currently see play in a few Celestia decks. I've even actually seen this card see play in Pioneer. Yeah, the camera does not want to focus. Oh, looking forward to the upgrades, huh? You'll see better content. I'll quit talking about that. Alrighty, on to the next pack. Is going to be a Triton, huh? The Mire Triton. The Impending Doom, the Heloud's Punishment, and the Erebos' Intervention. So now this is the Intervention deck box. There is 3 for 3 for interventions on Erebos' Intervention does see some play though, mainly sideboard play. All right, let's go on to the next one. Maybe I should focus in on this a little more. Maybe this will give us a better focus. All right, maybe that's better. All right, so let's go on to the uncommons, and we have a Gravebreaker Lamia, if you say it like that. I'm not quite sure how it's said. So this has ended up being a pretty dud of a pre-release. Holy cow. A lot of cards that don't have value. The Gravebreaker Lamia actually is something that I think will be able to have price long term because Commander players do love it, and like reanimation strategies. Alrighty, so let's go on to the soft foil there. Any of the uncommons, we got a Phoenix of Ash, which does see play in mono red, and a foil Omen of the Sea, which does see play in white blue. So those are decent pulls, but no real value there, and a Mountain. Last pack in this pre-release pack. Geez, I chose a bad one for you. Sorry, my dude. Okay, we go on to the uncommons, and we have a Temple of Plenty. Womp womp. Those are some pretty terrible packs. I've seen worse, but also this would have been a miserable pre-release pack to open in sealed. I don't know what you do with those rares. Didn't really look at the uncommons. I guess rares don't matter that much, but you never want to see a Temple as one of your rare pulls. And some of those interventions actually are pretty decent for the sealed format. So let's get to the second pre-release pack here. And this one has a green dice in it. Doesn't want to focus. And let's see what else we grab here. Oh, I thought it was another Nylea's Intervention, but it's Nylea. So that's actually a pretty decent pull. Commander players love this card by reducing the cost of creatures by 1, and then being able to basically reveal a lot of cards from the top of your library. And that's a decent pull. Gods are great. They age well. Alrighty, so let's get this out of here so they don't focus on also on the beautiful Dragon Shield playmat. This is my favorite. Look at the sharks. The sharks here. Let's go for pack number 1. We have the... Oh, there we go. There's a great pull. So we have the full art Elspeth, Sun's Nemesis. Awesome Possum. Yeah, that's a really good one. So this one's starting off really good with Nylea Keen-Eyed for the pre-release foil, and then an Elspeth Sun's Nemesis. So both these are great. I have a hard time keeping Elspeths in stock too. Seems like everyone wants them. We got a full art Timurit and a Nyx Lotus, another card I think will age well. I think Commander players are realizing this isn't as good as they thought at first because Devotion can be a problem. Like after a board wipe, like Gilded Lotus still adds mana. Nyx Lotus is tough to get there. But anyway, not bad. All right, let's go on to the next pack. We have another Nylea's Intervention. So man, we're still opening the Invention packs. And then the next pack, we'll get to the uncommons. We have the Purpose Intervention. All right, this is an intervening video, and then we got the foil planes. That's actually pretty cool. And then a swamp. And the second to last pack, as I make a mess over here, is going to be the Nightmare Shepherd. Very good card right now. I did see a foil too. And a foil Timurit Chosen from Death. Two very playable cards. This pack wants you to go mono black. Wants you to go the mono black deck, but they're used. Both of these are used currently in the mono black deck in Standard. All right, last pack. So this pre-release pack definitely was worth it. Made up for the dud of the pre-release pack before, and we get another Field of Ruin. That's pretty good. Saw another foil. Thassa's Intervention. Might as well stick with the Intervention. Got them all but Heliod's Intervention. And a foil Temple of Plenty. So, doesn't take the rare slot, just takes an uncommon slot, I believe. No, it takes a common slot for foils. But yeah, not bad at all. That was a pretty good pre-release pack with the Elspeth and the Nylea to begin with, and then some other decent pulls out of that. So, I think that one's pretty good. Next up we have is the Gideon, Signature Spellbook Gideon. I am running super low on these. I think the cost of these are now up to $16. So they started like 12 bucks, then 13, then 14. The cost of these are now up to 16. So I do still have a few left of Signature Spellbook Gideons, which I think are great buys. I think the Rest in Peace is starting to see a lot more play in Pioneer. So definitely like the Delirium, Soul-Tide Delirium was a pretty played strategy in the format in the last tournament, and cards like Rest in Peace do a reasonable job of slowing it down and getting rid of their ability to recur stuff from the graveyard if they go that route. And geez, if I can get this stupid thing open. So there's also some really good cards from the Gideon Spellbook that I think are going to be aged well. The problem with this is they continue to increase, like Jace's Spellbook they had, and then they increased the amount of product it was from Gideon's Spellbook. So anyway, that is kind of what's keeping the prices of these cards down. I actually do think Gideon's Spellbook was better than Jace's Spellbook. It doesn't have like a weak card like Negate in it. I know Negate is sought after as an alternate art, but still. All right, so let's go ahead and crack the good old Gideon Spellbook, and we first have the Worship is the foil. So you get a foil version of one of these cards in the pack, so it gives a little bit of variance to them, and it gives like the collectors really, trying for something. So the Worship is a pretty good card. This has seen modern play from time to time, and it is a very, very popular commander card. So what else? The contents can have is Blackblade Reforged, and regular Worship, True Conviction, which is a commander staple, Shielded by Faith, which actually sees quite a bit of play in commander, Rest in Peace, which really good pickup right now for Rest in Peace from this set. Path to Exile, again, very good pickup. A Martyr's Bond, very popular commander card, and a Gideon, it does see play from time to time in modern, and it's still quite popular in commander. So these ones were pretty decent for the price tag. I think that it's more than 16 bucks there. Foil Worship is I think Worship was the third best. Maybe not. Maybe there was like another card, but you definitely want the Rest in Peace or the Gideon, I think is the foil. No, the Path to Exile. That's right. But the rest of the cards are still pretty nifty in that. Last but not least, we'll have to go through this a little bit quick, is going to be the Modern Horizons. So another one that is still quite high supply. I can still get these on sale for like $147, I believe, for Modern Horizons. So the price is still the cheapest it's ever been. However, there is one distributor that has now out of stock for Modern Horizons. So I don't know what the supply is looking like for Modern Horizons. It is getting old enough to where you think that the supply is starting to run low, but I mean, I don't know. Distributor's still okay, just getting rid of it for that sort of price. But to me, I think this is another set that will age well. There's a lot of good cards in it. And let's get to cracking. Ugh, there's a bunch of junk. All right, so first pack, and we're gonna go through this pretty quickly. I'm just gonna go right to the rares, and then see what we have here. So the first rare is a Herod's Hall of Helo's Generosity. Okay. Next pack we have. Let's go. Let me sort these better. 1 second here, so I can get my system going, so I don't have to resort after. Then we have the Cabal Therapist. So far, pretty meh, and a foil in the form of the Soul Strike Technique. Okay. We are looking for Renin 6s. We are looking for Urzas. We are looking for love. Valentine's Day, I guess, is past, so maybe we're not looking for love anymore. Let's go to the uncommons. We have Echo of Eons. I think this card will see play sometime. There's got to be a deck that's going to end up breaking this sucker. And I guess a couple of Narset decks do play this. Faithless Looting got hurt by getting this banned because it's hard to get things in the graveyard, but like a Thought Scour Narset deck, it's got to see play sometime. And next pack. We have the Collector Oath. This is actually seeing quite a bit of play in modern sideboards as well as in Commander. Next up, we have the Tectonic Reformation. It actually does see play. It's actually sees a lot of play also in various Commander decks, which is really the hallmark of this set. Like most of these cards, it is like sort of a master set, so it should be good. It was reasonably done. It was pretty well done. I'm very surprised at how much impact that this set has had on multiple formats, all the way even to like Pauper. So next we have the Goblin Engineer, another great Commander card, and does see play from time to time in other formats. Jeez, I am terrible at opening packs. All right, next up we have the Thundering Jin as the uncommon, and the Kaya's Guile. Another great little card with options. I think this one's going to age well as it will come in more sideboard cards. And if we ever get this color combination played a lot in Modern again, I think this will be a good card. That's what's really keeping it down, is like Mardu Pyromancer. Those type of decks are struggling right now in the meta. So far we do have one Mythic with the Echo of Eons. Force of Negation. There's one of the good rares, the chase rares. Force of Negation. Awesome Possum. People are wanting a card like that in Pioneer to really interact with the combo nonsense. We have an Icevein Kotal, another great card for the format. The Mist Syndicate Naga, so one of our first bulk rares. Hasn't seen a lot of play, if any. The first of the lands, which I think are really going to age well, especially this one with a Fiery Islet. And we got a foil Crypt Rats. Awesome. Great popper card. So 1 land, 1 mythic is what you're looking for the value for the Modern Horizons. Next up, we have Seasoned Pyromancer as our second mythic. I think just the meta needs to switch again for a Seasoned Pyromancer. It saw a lot of play at first in the format, but now we got a lot of like more the ramp-based strategy decks right now that are pushing out cards like Seasoned Pyromancer and the Treetop Ambusher as the foil. All right, here we go. Let's go to an awesome rare here. The Fallen Shinobi. When it's fun rare, doesn't see much play, if any at all. Hit a lot of the lower end value cards. Hogak, we got a banned card. Warped Modern pretty bad. There's a second land for the Waterlogged Grove. Pretty nifty. Got the 2 blue lands. Those are exactly what we want to see for sack lands. All right, we have Reap the Past. Decent commander card. Doesn't see much play, if any, in Modern at the moment. Almost halfway done with the Modern Horizons. So far, 2 mythics, 2 lands. Not bad. This is just a very average box. We want to see what our foil rare / foil mythic will be, though, to really push it over the edge, whether it's an awesome box or just an average box. We have Ayula, Queen of Among Bears. And then the Bizarre Trade Mage. Okay. We got the Archmage's Charm. Sees a lot of play in blue decks from time to time. And now we're starting on the second half of the box. So that first half, I'd give a thumbs up. I think the second half is as good as the first half. It's a suitable box here, but yeah, that will have to wait and see, though. We got our first mythic on this slot, which is the Morphone the Boundless. Very, very highly sought after commander card. And then we have the Crashing Footfalls. Have seen some decks run it in Modern before with the suspend to get the suspend triggers off. Greater Gargadon, I believe. Decks. And the Spiteful Sliver. All right, we need some help here. Some help to get us over the top. We have Marilage's Slumber. That's not what we were looking for. And the Scrapyard Recombiner. Uh-oh. Looking pretty shallow here. Genesis. Womp womp. Hitting all the bulk. Hitting all the low value cards. Now we have the Cloud Shredder Sliver and a Reprobation as the foil. That's not a foil you want to see. Come on, where's our fourth mythic? Fourth mythic needs to be a good one. Fourth mythic. Plague Engineer, that's a good pull. Very, very, really good in like Jund sideboards. They run at least a couple copies, so it's going to age well. Anything that's black usually runs a Plague Engineer in the sideboard because it just shuts down a lot of decks in the format. We have the second Iceman Codal. Can't complain about that pull. And we can complain about the Volatile Claws, though. Pretty trashy card. Throwing cards here. Next up we have On Thin Ice. Womp Womp. This side was definitely not the good side. Should have one more mythic though, on average. And should have a foil rare / foil mythic. Future side, and there's our foil rare. Womp womp. The Force of Virtue. Now I like it in Soul Sisters, but it's just not a money card. Come on, red and 6 now. We need an Urza or a red and 6. We definitely need a third land, because that's what the average is, 3. There's our other mythic, Ranger Captain of Eos. And, you know, middle of the packer. So, fourth mythic, foil rare down. Need the foil or the land, just hopefully it's a foil land. That'd be, of course, the route to go. Astral Drift, womp womp. That's one of the, I think it's the least expensive card in the set. We have Planebound Accomplice. I'm waiting for someone to break this card. So far, no one has in Modern. And the Nether Spirit. Uh-oh. Another one of the bulky cards. 2 more packs. There's got to be another land tucked in here. Gotta be another land. Lightning Skelemental, one of my favorite cards from the set, but unfortunately not a hefty price tag on this sucker. Last pack, we'll give it a pat of good luck, or maybe it's pat of bad luck. We'll have to wait and see what it is, and then we'll know not to do it in the future. We have, yeah, okay, we got another land, the Sunbaked Canyon. Another great one because this is a highly sought after one because the decks that do run this color combination love this land. So like Burn is a perfect example of decks that run it. And we do have an Excavating Anerid as the foil. So all in all, this would be a little bit, I would say I'd put this below average just because the mythic quality wasn't where you wanted it to be, and lands was right on average though. But for the foil rare, I think puts it below what you would see from what you want from a Mod Horizon box. All in all, though, it's not terrible. This was absolutely not a terrible box. It was just a little bit below average, I would say. Anyway, that is what we have for Ryan. I mean, I can do this for anyone, even if you are United States, but if you're definitely outside of the United States and want, you know, product, this is the way to do it. Just have me open it. Makes good little video content. Well, I guess it's up to you guys to decide if it's good video content or not. And I can just ship it, and it saves a ton. It goes from a big box, it would cost like $40-50 to ship to Canada, to something that's not going to be much. I'm going to think, you know, around 10-ish, maybe less than that, with just sending the uncommons and the rares. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. This has been Kevin with Gone Rogue Games. We're going to have better quality content coming up, so be looking forward to that in the near future. And I want to give a huge shout out and thanks to all my patrons for their continued support. I'm blown away by your purchases and donations and just generosity through and through that we've had for this past month. So I'm hopefully I'm deserving of that, and the content will begin to show good improvements. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.